All right, welcome back. This is part two of how and when to buy a deep market correction, a deep pullback. And so what I'm going to do in this first one, first we'll recap a little bit, and then we'll do a little practice on various instruments. And then we'll find some stuff to work with live. So to recap, right, so this is a very handy technique to use in these deep pullbacks. It can be, say, a gold market that has been pulling back for years, that it was in an uptrend, or it can be during a recession when stocks have been pulling back for over a year. Right? We don't want to fight it, but we would like to get in on the next leg. And so it comes in handy for that. And it doesn't matter, it also applies to, say, a 3-minute euro, right? A deep pullback. So what are we doing as a technique? We're taking what we've already learned. We've learned how to map swings. I talk about this all over the place. We know what a confirmed swing is. We've learned that a balanced swing is the same size reaction leg. Right? So now we're going to apply the principle of change in behavior. So by isolating two confirmed swings, we have a continued behavior. And when that changes, we know something changes. So all we're doing is taking two balanced swings and adding a couple conditions to it, placing it in the deep pullback phase, right? Which is isolating the deep pullback phase, looking for the market to set up this organized volatility so we can see it change and get in on the swing. That's a recap, right? We're going to use change in behavior. Now we can use this in many ways, but this is a very simple way to think about it, very simple and objective. So I left you with this chart to do a little practice, right? We're going to isolate some balanced swings, same size reaction legs, and look for a change. And the way you do this in real time, right? So we see the markets making pullback, 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 and it's starting to stall. And they try, nope, they try, nope, they try, nope. And it just keeps pulling back deeper and deeper. And so what we want to do is come in here in real time and begin following it, looking for swings. So remember, a new low confirms that high. And so now if we can get a couple swings like this without forcing it, we will have something to use continued behavior on. We'll have let them shown us, right? So you see it's about that same size, right? Give or take, it's about that same size. And we begin drawing a line connecting the dots, waiting for it to get zoomed. So you can see, like right here, once we've connected this trend line, while it got a little froggy here, it didn't do anything. And so what we do is if we have another confirmed swing, we forget about this first one, all right? And we always follow the last two. So now I'm going to connect it to here. And this is when the market, right, this is no prediction here. Although when I see this kind of gap and give up, it gets me very excited. And so now I draw this line. It's no prediction. We're just watching it. And then if price then can not only beat the length of that, but go through the line. So here you'll just make some solid observations, and especially if you get a very large zoom bar. You can see that this swing is now trying to swing up. That's it, change in behavior. Now the rest is a matter of entry technique and management. We're not going to go over all that now. There's a lot of different techniques. Okay. Sometimes it pulls back. I like to use the shelf sometimes. But just if you make observations about this kind of thing, you will learn. This is literally like action, reaction, median line sets. Okay. It's like a median line set, guys. That's what it does. It starts with one line and then projects out to the median line. But we're just using one line. We just keep it simple, simple and objective. We're just looking for that turn. And markets generally like to pull back, right? This is a pullback, this is a pullback. They don't always. From here, many techniques can be employed, whether it's a breakout, whether it's a pullback, whether it's over here. This is all I'm trying to get you to see here. Okay, so let's practice a little bit in how to see this change in behavior. And we'll look at a few more of those slides from the older presentation, and then we'll find some things to follow live. So in practice, and you can also use it to see when the market is starting to turn over. So let's get rid of this and keep it simple. All we're doing is looking for two swings in the pullback. So in practice, as it pulls down, right, you're following the swings. So if we take, say, this JP Morgan, this is how you'll handle this in real time. You have this nice impulse. You see it hovers up here for a while, and now it starts to go in a pullback. And since we're swing traders, we want to capture the swing somewhere, possibly, if it's going to turn. But we don't want to fight it, right? It's a deep pullback. It didn't stop here. It keeps going. And so in real time, what we're going to look for is these two balanced, confirmed swings. And so you just start mapping. When I see a new low, I come in here, I go like this, I go like this, and I follow it, right? And I'm kind of curious, does it go about yay big? Nope, so I can't connect those two. So I follow it. Now I see that, wait a second, these two are a little bit smaller and they look like they are balanced. So I'm okay if it's not the bigger major. I come in here, I say, oh, okay, these are two balanced swings that confirm it fits this model. Now I am in pure following mode. This is ability. You follow them, right? You don't tell them what to do. You don't predict what they're going to. They can go to zero. I'm just following. And if it changes, then I'll look to employ some kind of technique to enter this market. But I'm following, and if it keeps doing this, then I keep following down, no harm, no foul. See what the market is showing you on a weekly basis? It's showing you that them, right, the funds, the bigger traders, are hitting it about that percentage up, about that percentage up, about that, right? They're showing you where they're at. They're telling you we are doing this, and that is continued behavior. And when that behavior changes, then we look to see if we can get this big swing. Now, if this makes a new low, then I'll move the line from here to here. See, it makes a new low, so I'm going to forget that swing, and I'm going to follow the last two. See how that kept me out of trouble no matter what was in the news? So I'm following boom, we have a change, and you can see it's a change. No, I didn't predict it. So what? All right? Different technique. We could have leaned on the shelf. You guys remember the shelf lesson? All right, so that makes sense. And then from there, right, that's current. We'll keep an eye on it. But that's how you do it in real time. And it doesn't matter if it's a stock or last week there was an oil. Here, do the oil with me. And I'll show you one of the ways I also try to apply this. So we have a run up, we have a 60-minute oil chart. It's pulling back. I have one swing. Now, it doesn't always give two confirmed balanced swings, right? That's why they call it a setup. It's a set of conditions. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So what I'm going to watch for is, are we about that size, and do we make a new low? As long as we're in this range, I'm going to call it a balanced swing. Okay, so now we have two. So now I will draw a line and wait for it to change, or go to zero and stay out of it. It stalls here, so they're hitting it about that big. They're hitting it about that big. Something's changed, and so maybe I'm ready to continue my swing. This one never pulls back. So one of the ways I might also use this technique is I'll be looking for this small change at about the area of a major balanced swing. This is what median lines do, right? They take A, B, C, and from C they project. Don't get hung up on the channel stuff, right? It's just projecting swings, see in swings. Don't see in lines. Keep it simple. All right, so a lot of times, like say in this euro, I'm following it down. It doesn't give me two confirmed swings to employ that kind of technique. So, right, in this one, neither. It doesn't give it to me. So keep in mind that we are waiting for volatility to organize itself in this deep pullback. Now, what I'd like to do now is go back to the presentation. It's an old presentation I did a long time ago, and see what more we can learn from this. So I'm just going to run through a few slides so you see some examples, and then we'll find some live stuff on weekly charts to follow. So remember, we're talking continued behavior. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make a course of all market structure and take all of this material that I've created and put it in a nice, neat, structured course. So in this, I write a little bit about it. So I want people to get an understanding. I'm not just teaching a technique. When I first understood change in behavior, it changed my trading. Right? I was trying to buy pullbacks. I was fighting them. And I looked and said, well, wait for it to change in some way first. Duh. Right? So I'm looking for you to get an experience with this stuff. And so my way of teaching this was, this isn't the pullback and the reaction leg, but I have you following just two confirmed swings. And we were using a gold chart. So follow two confirmed swings. I did a blog on this one-line exercise. And you can see, right, you follow it up, everybody's excited, gold 5,000, but something changes. Now, I'm just curious now, right? So I did this presentation in 2012. I bet we can apply the same thing to this deeper pullback, because I know we did in our live sessions. I just never updated those slides. Let's look at this gold. Let's come back. And that's about where we were. Okay, right? Following it up. Now, let's get this technique and how it would be applied to capture a deep pullback, to capture a swing, right? A nice secular turn. So it wanders, pretty normal. It wanders up here. And then when it starts to go down, look, there is no predictions. There is no wave counts. I'm just going to wait for price to organize itself. So this is how you will do it in real time the next time you have a market falling like this after a big run. Right? It's falling for years. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting to see two confirmed swings and for that to change. What do I need? Well, I need some new lows, right? Okay, so now I can start mapping. So this is putting our lessons together. I say, all right, I have a swing about this big. Now I need one more. And as long as I know how to map, I have everything set. And I remember doing this in the session. We followed it live. We even took this short right here, right, playing for the continued. And so now we can connect a line. So you see how we're set up? So forget about this. Deep pullback, it's organized itself, and it's now changing behavior, right? It's now changing behavior. And, this is the way I'm maybe looking to capture a new swing, like so, without getting in trouble. Very often they'll come back and retest that line, not always. So that's how we landed the major turn in gold, right? It took some patience, right? It took a few more years, but it made a nice run afterwards. And now, right, we're in the process again. What do you think I'm looking for? Am I getting excited because we had one big up week? No, right? I'm waiting for this thing to pull back, discourage everybody. And land in a couple confirmed swings. All right, so let's just run through these real quick. This is kind of the idea here, right? You go in with the flow, you wait for two confirmed swings. This is me just using it in various ways. Remember, this goes back, 2012. It's a tick chart in gold. Same, see, it's organized. Just remember, they're hitting it that high. They're hitting it that high. They're hitting it. Oh, no, they're not doing that anymore. This is seeing a major turn at a bottom. And this is me showing you can do the same continued change in behavior with gaps or V's. This is, right, classically to do it in a pullback. Wait for it to change rather than fight it. Again, a pullback. And then I did something here with Andrews, showing you Andrews used the same thing. See this UTL? U stands for uptrend line. Right? He's waiting for a change in behavior. He's applying a change in behavior right along with his median line sets. He's not calling it that, but you can see he's using an uptrend line, 2 and 4. So this was a median line set, 2 ml. And I'm going to do a thing on this course one day. So you think of this as a modified shift. He's using a downtrend line to buy a change in behavior here. So it's just change in behavior. So let's go and see if we can find some things live to follow. Google is beauty, right? Everybody wants Google. How's your predictions going trying to buy the bottom in Google? Eh, what am I doing? I'm waiting for 2 confirmed swings to happen and change. Now, deep pullback. Let's follow it live. You ready? We have 1 confirmed swing. If we get 2 about the same size, right, this is how you do it, right? We wait patiently. If we get 2, then we have something to follow. Oracle, I really would love to get into Oracle. This is one of those stocks that's just beautiful, right? I have 2 confirmed swings, and I'm waiting for a solid change. ACN, right? Pretty chart. You see me, I'm waiting. All I need is the ability to map. I look over here, it's not the same as this one. I can't use that one. I have to wait for, well, let's double check it, right? Hang on. Let's double check it, see if it falls within some tolerance. Let's get a little more tight in here. No, not the same. I need 2 same, right? Don't cheat it, don't make stuff up. 2 same shows me an agenda and something that can change. Give me another one, change it, and I'm good to go. AMD, we talked about shelves, change. So there's a lot of these, and we can even use it in something as crazy as PayPal if we wanted to isolate this. So we have a few things that we can watch live going forward. Here, I know what we can look at. Everybody's favorite, Bitcoin. Now, I don't trade Bitcoin. It's a silly market. But a lot of people do. I understand. We've been following Bitcoin because we have traders that trade it. Well, apply the same thing and you will stay out of trouble. Right? Deep pullback. And even if you want to do a bottom picking thing, apply the same thing. Here, let me show you really quickly what we did on the euro, and then we'll we followed this market down. We found a swing, didn't change. We found a swing, didn't change. Oh, a change and a trade idea, right? This is bottom rather than top, right? We followed it. Now let's go over here to Bitcoin and forget all of the nonsense and excitement that they're doing in Bitcoin. Follow 2 confirmed swings. Here, we now have 1. Right, it's getting scrunchy down here. We have a new low. If we get 1 more confirmed swing, that's about the same size that makes a new low, then we are ready to think about a change in Bitcoin. Other than that, turn it off. Turn it off. We've been following it on a daily. Nothing's changing on a daily. Don't get caught up in the story, guys. And always use management and stops. All right, so let's end it there. We have a few live things that we're looking at, right? Capture those deep pullbacks and just go practice, make observations.